a 200 or 400 or $800,000 lawsuit. You don't want that. Okay. And I can give you plenty of things on there that is happening every year now where people are getting, and the agents are getting fined too. Do not call people on the do not call list. That's very important. So participate and really use the tools to protect you and your brokerage, because there's nothing worse than having to defend that. So how do you educate your clients? You educate your clients, Karen and Richard, but you educate them about having so much local knowledge that builds your confidence to where you can spot a deal, okay? Where you actually could spot a deal. So when I'm looking every day, because I'm by the way, I've been in the business 38 years. I'm looking for a house right now, Karen, in Palm Beach County, Florida. I look from 500 up to $1.8 million. I look through the whole thing. Every day I'm looking to buy, and I'm seeing deals out there. I just don't like any of them that I'm seeing, but there's still deals out there. So when you look and hunt, that's right, the local economist of choice, a local economist of choice, when you look and hunt every day, and the question I want you to ask is, would I buy it? The answer is would I buy it? If the answer is yes, you need to get on that phone and call 100 people that day about that home. See, that creates a different set of energy and a different level of confidence, right? When by the way, if you found a deal and you called 100 people that day to promote that deal, and you at 9:30 at night, you're like, oh my God, and you turn your computer off and you closed your eyes, do you think you would feel like you left it all on the field? You did everything you could? Correct, right? So the question we have to ask ourselves is, are we doing everything that we can every day? I mean, are we leaving it all on the field? Because if we're not ready and not willing to leave it all on the field in this market, by the way, 23 and 24, the year of 23 and 24 we'll look back. You'll be 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you'll look back and you go, yep, that's what 23 and 24. That's when I had to reinvent myself, and the whole industry changed. It flushed out 40% or more of the agents. Boy, that was a really amazing time, right? That's how I look back at 08, 07, 08, 09. I look back at that and I'm going, wow, I lived through it. I made it. So many people didn't make it, right? And by the way, I made more money in 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, all the way up. I made more money than I ever had in the business after that correction, right? Because I stayed in the game and I was purposeful and I was finding value. So the question with Karen and Richard was, how do you find value to promote? And also too, I wouldn't look at all these people, I'll be polite, all the people on social media saying they know everything about the market. They don't know everything about the market, right? Did we know, by the way, God forbid this ever happens again, but what happened? Who was selling real estate back when 9/11 happened? I was. Nothing sold for 6 months, right? It was like intense, but people forget about that, right? Who was selling? Gosh, I could go one thing after the next. You never know what's going to happen in this world to trigger something, right? So every day we have to be hunting for value. One way, I'll go back to Jason's question, how do you find luxury sellers? You have to be very purposeful. One of the best ways to do it is I go back on the expireds. You can get Vulcan 7 or Mojo and a few other different tools. And I go back for the expireds, and I would go back. You're going to call the ones now, that's one thing, but those are the ones that are going to be the most angry when they get you on the phone, right? You want to go back 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, go all the way back, right? And you want to look for gold in there of someone that is motivated, that has stepped off the field, but you help them get back on the field and create value and help them. Those are great calls because they're actually excited to hear from you, and they actually are excited to get an update. They're not angry. They're actually thinking about it. Should we sell? Should we sell? Oh my God. Mark Benson called me from Naples. Can you believe it? This guy's an angel. He called me and gave me a true update of what's really going on. You know, Sally, why don't we give Mark a shot? He seems like a good luxury professional. Stephen V seems like a good luxury. So why don't we give Stephen a shot? Why don't we give Jason a shot? Why don't we give Jen a shot? Jennifer, Shelly, Robin, Mike, John, Lisa, Marissa, why don't we give them a shot? Why don't we give Ricky a shot and Karen a shot? You want them thinking about that with your name. You want them on the, you want to adopt them and them adopt you to where you're on their top 5 people. And it doesn't take a lot. Like literally you can make 250 to $500,000 a year if you can get on 25 to 50 people's top 5. Because they control a lot of the wealth and the buying and selling of communities and homes across the world, right? The wealthy do. This is a luxury class about that. So past expireds is really, really good. You also, to educate Karen and Richard, you also want to be a master. You know, you want to be a master of what the market was like in 08 and 09. If I ever get someone that says, hey, this is important. So listen up. If I ever give someone say, hey, tell me, you know, how's the market? So someone says, you got your hat on. Why do you think I wear this? Why do you think I wear a shirt or a name badge? I wear this so people say that one question, hey, wow, that's right. James, what's he do? He's not a doctor. That's for damn sure. Oh, he's a real estate agent. Okay. How's the market, James? And you say, wow, that's a great question. Why do you ask? You never go on, oh, it's great. Oh, it's great. Oh my God, you won't believe the value. Don't do that. That repels people. You ask them a powerful question. That's a great question, Bob. Why do you ask? And you smile. And they go, oh, that was it right there. There's a reason why they asked that question. Either them or someone in their world. By the way, people are thinking about now 3 things with the election, but two things usually. Their real estate value. Is their job safe right now? And then now they're getting into all the political crap. Excuse my language, right? So it's real estate value and job safe. Right now, we're all commissioned people, right? So we don't think, am I job safe? We think, how many closings do I have pending, right? That's the same question. You know, how much money did I make? How much money do I have on the books to make? Did I make this much money this year as I did last year? So people that have jobs, they're thinking about, oh my God, am I going to get a raise or am I going to get laid off? Right? Are they having cuts? It's a different vibration, it's a different thing. You want to get into their worlds that they're asking you about real estate, so they can feel like you're their person. You're their person. Okay? The reason why I want to know what the value was for their home in 08 and 09 is because I want to see how much money it's appreciated, like Richard and Karen have said, right? How much money have they built in equity? Then I want to know, remember, I'm their real estate financial consultant. So then what am I going to know? I'm going to say, hey, Bob, just curious. I know this is kind of personal, but I see you got like freaking $500,000 in equity or $1 million in equity in your house. Just curious. Did you use any of that money to build your business? That's a kind of a business question, right? Or do you guys have any like school debt for your kids in college? Or just curious, have you pulled any of that money out, or is that all? So now I'm consulting them to what? What I want to know is how I can help them pull that equity and start buying other real estate if they're not moving. If they're moving, great, I'm going to find them a place and help them buy and invest. But I want to know like how much liquidity they have built in the value of their home so I can help them buy real estate. Okay. So remember, there's some tools here I'm going to show you. So Mark's told you this. Just write this down. I'm not going to get all into it. By the way, it's a great listen to on Audible. He sounds like the Geico guy. He's coming to all the KW events. He's great. This guy's great. I mean, he's the best in the business. There's one for real estate, and this is the one in general. Okay. Phil Jones. Okay, Karen, thank you. I got your question, so hold tight. Okay. This is another thing that just came out. If you don't have a copy of this, you text your team leader in agent services right now. You get a copy of this. This is the new MREA playbook. Get a copy of it. Everybody good? Everybody good? Get the copy. Okay. How do you, this is, I got 15 minutes. Okay. Now we're going to talk about poverty. Hold on, let me answer Karen's question. Then I want to talk about this whole thing around poverty consciousness because it's important around my
not
story.
a question, it's a comment. And people think prices are so inflated here. I grew up in Southern California. My very, very, very modest house that I grew up in on Zillow is valued at over $2 million.
Right.
Here it would be 900 maybe. You know, so it just goes to show that prices can just keep going up here.
Yeah, so this is the scoop. Thank you so much, Karen. That's a really great example. That leads me into my next part. Okay, so this is really cool. And it's painful, but cool. So I'm going to share something. I'm going to get a little bit vulnerable with you guys. Is that okay? Okay. So yeah, you heard me introduce myself with all the different things that I work on now, projects I work on, right? Okay. So what you didn't hear was both of my mom and dad, my whole lineage of family system, this is around generational wealth. All right. They actually grew up very, very, very poor. My dad had dirt floors in his house in Macon, Georgia. My mom was a farming family, right? Dirt poor. All right. So, but they were hungry and they were committed to build wealth and create a better life for their family. So when I was 7, my grandfather, he was a cotton broker, cotton and peaches broker, big one, right? And he was trying to do what was right for his family. And when he was 7, he lost it all in the commodities market. Okay. And then, and God forbid, he took his life, right? And that's a trauma in our family system, right? Because he did that from around money and stuff like that and about what he thought was right. I share that with you because this is imperative about us creating healthy lifestyles and taking care of ourselves and building wealth for our families in a big way. So that was a big shock for our family system. Then, so this is the conversation now, this is around poverty consciousness. Write down poverty consciousness, okay? Because it's either poverty or abundance. You can't have both. And it's interesting, as your energy goes in and out of these meetings with people, you got to make sure you're vibrating on a level of abundant consciousness and vibration, or you're going to repel people that are wealthy conscious. Does that make sense? Okay. So then I was 7, and then my dad had started building houses. Then he started building apartments, right? And they built like 3,000 apartments in Atlanta, and they were in their 30s, and they were just go, build. Mom was at home still, and dad was building. Now, once they got it to a level, they got approached. Watch this, though. They got approached by someone that wanted to do what? Wanted to help them pull all their equity out, okay? And give them each, there were 3 people, give them each $1 million. $1 million, $1 million, and $1 million, 3 partners, right? Yeah, that's right. Shake your head. Yeah, right. So that was it. So were they thought they were thinking abundantly, but they actually made a decision that was from poverty consciousness. That's really all they knew. They were 3 young men that were just country bumpkins trying to make money, right? It was just, they were broke. I tell you this, there's a reason for this story. So that one decision right there created a domino effect for the whole family system. So we have to be conscious about what are our decisions we're making for our family systems that create abundance or create poverty consciousness. There's a different vibration there. This is a whole class we can get into. If you ever want to go into it, we could do that, go a little bit deeper around that, right? But it's important for you to understand that. So then this next level of peace. So then my mom, so she got real fired up and says, well, I'm going to make my own money. My dad was kind of like a Marlboro guy, kind of like a wild guy, you know, and she's like, I'm going to make my own money and leave this SOB, right? Right. And so she, I tell you, I'm just telling you the truth, right? So she becomes literally within 3 years, 1983, she got licensed. Within 3 years, 1986, she was the #1 agent with Coldwell Banker. She was the number 3 in the whole city of Atlanta, but she was number 1 with Coldwell Banker. They called her the Barracuda. She was an animal, right? She loved doing deals and selling luxury real estate. She loved it. 4 a.m. till midnight, every day, 7 days a week. She loved it, right? So, but the thing was, she didn't build balance in that. She didn't build balance in that. I tell you that because you're all hustlers and you're all strong negotiators and strong personalities. You got to build balance in that. So what is the one book, right? We have 3 of them here. This is crucial. Is this a good gift for your luxury clients? Absolutely, to help them build the wealth. This one book here, if my father would have read this and then taught me how to do the same thing, literally right now, there's 3,000 units in Atlanta, right? Literally, it would be a different experience of life right now for me, right? It'd be like sick, right? Like as far as wealth wise, you know, those units, by the way, they couldn't sell them for $9,000 a door back then. They just sold again for $115,000 a door. 3,000 units, right? Can you imagine the cash flow off that for the last 50 years? I'm 58, 56. So this right here. So what happened every time I bought a house? This is the vulnerable part. So in my 20s, I started buying and flipping houses. I was doing this, but I wasn't really thinking about this. So when I did the math the other day, I pulled up every residence that I flipped, and if they all would have cash flowed fine back then, they all would have cash flowed fine. By the way, this is a luxury conversation for your people. If you master these books and you give them as gifts to your luxury clients, are they going to trust you more? Yes. By the way, all those houses that I bought and sold and flipped in my 20s, they would be worth over $20 million right now. 20 million bucks. Not 2 million, not 3 million, 20 million. Because Karen's correct. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Karen's correct. Now, yes, we may have a little bit of a bump of 10% or 20% or whatever. That's normal. But over life, time value of money over time, with 6 to 8% average appreciation, right? It's a phenomenal investment. So remember what we are. We're real estate financial consultants. If I master these books, I just got them off my team leader's desk. If I master these books, right? Now, is it okay to do this if you're trying to raise a lot of capital to buy some other stuff? Absolutely, it's fine. But for me personally, I wish I would have just rented those out and let them ride. Let them ride. One I sold for 113, just sold for 900. One I sold for 137, just sold for 4 million. No joke. After my divorce, same thing. I sold one in Stuart, Florida on the water, 2 acres. I sold it for 360. It just sold for 4 million. So my point, and that was only 20 years ago. So I tell you all that to lead to this right here. If you don't, I implore you, I beg you, I strongly want you to get this copy, not the ones that are coming out, people are giving away with Bill Gates examples and stuff like that. I want you to get the old school, unedited version of this book. It looks just like this. It's unedited, meaning like it's not going to, forgive me, it's not going to be politically correct. It's the old written style for a reason, because there's a vibrational energy in the words that he wrote that have created more millionaires and billionaires in the world of any other tool. This is a tool. By the way, this is something I gave a lot of people. I gave out 25 of these to very wealthy people last year. Do you think they remember me for this? Is this an intimate gift? You bet. Listen, anybody that's worth a few $million or more, if they get that wrapped up from you as a gift with a really nice handwritten note, is it going to blow them away? Blow them away. And then if you gave them this 90 days later, blow them away. They'll be like, holy smokes, Jennifer and Robin and Shelly and Julie, these are rock star real estate financial consultants. And then when you master the market and you take them physically into that, do not just send people stuff over the internet. You go into the home, you get excited about that tub or that view or that waterfront or whatever, and you say, Bob, what are you doing today? I'm working. What do you mean? Well, you got to see this. Get married. Let's go get a coffee. Let's go get a cocktail. You got to come see this. You're not going to believe it. And by the way, I think we can get a deal on this thing. If you're not calling the agents that have listings that have been on the market for over 100 days and inquising them and saying, hey, tell me about your seller, tell me about what's going on, you're missing the boat. So by the way, Jason, so how do you get more listings? You understand the listings that are sitting out there and the seller's motivation. You're not going to call those sellers, by the way, they're listed, but I'm saying you got to understand the community about where everything's moving and where the deals are. Where the deals are, and you add value. And everything you do, all your marketing should be crisp, luxury, KW luxury marketing, right? You're going to sell everything. Go ahead and do deals, all types of deals. Have 2 different types of business cards, one luxury and one conventional. I call it conventional. That was the word I was looking for, right? Conventional market. Nobody gets offended by conventional. So that's the word I was looking for. Someone probably put it in there. So I have a luxury card. I have a conventional card so that they don't feel threatened. You sell everything, and you sell everything to build up a war chest and then be Mark Benson and only do luxury, right? Say I'm 500,000 and up, guys. That's me, right? Or I'm $1 million and up, right? But you at first, you got to build your war chest. What's your war chest? You need 6 months savings. You need that credit card, the student debt, all that stuff paid off. You need to lower your expenses massively right now so you can really thrive in 25, right? This is like stay in the game 23, 24, build your war chest, get stronger. 25, 26, and 27 are going to be the biggest boom years ever, I think. I do believe that because it's going to slingshot like crazy after the goofiness next year of the elections. Okay, so we did not get, I'll just ask you this. We got 3 minutes left. We can go 5 minutes over maybe, but just a quick question. Has this been clear so far? Is everybody good? Okay, good. Have I added value today?
Yeah.
By the way, your people want to have fun in a good way. You have fun with your people, your clients. You want to be confident, but have fun and bring them to the fun. They want to have fun. They want to trust you and have fun. Okay, that's it. So the one thing, yes, reiterate what we know. That's good, Constance. All right. Does everybody understand what a 135 is or a GPS? Okay. So we're going to have a little homework. That's right, Jason. Thank you. Have fun. Thank you, Karen. I love the thumbs up. Everybody, you're going to text your team leader. It's important to have a really good relationship with your team leader because your team leader knows all the luxury events and conferences and tools that you need. So your team leader is the gateway for your success. Okay. So you get with your team leader and you say, hey, I want you to help me write a 135 for my luxury business. I want to make 500,000 or 200,000 or 100,000 or $1 million or whatever. I want to make this much money. That's the goal. And I want you, team leader, I want you to help me write a 135. So the goal's the 1. I want to make $1 million. Okay. The P is priorities, right? So that's 1, 3. So you get 3 priorities. I choose leads, listings, and leverage. I choose those 3 as my top priorities because if I have enough leads, then I'm going to get enough listings and then I'm going to need some leverage. So that's what I choose. and then 5 strategies on each priority, 5 strategies for leads, 5 strategies for listings, and 5 strategies for leverage. And then you and your team leader are going to build a bond, right? To do that and to grow that out. I also want to encourage you, get on your ALC for your market centers. If you've been on before, get back, get humble, get back on there, come from contribution and teach. Teach what you've learned today. Teach what you're just teach this. The more you teach this, if you taught how to do a 135 in luxury for your market center, game changer. It's going to make you better. You're also going to look around and see talent that wants to be in business with you. By the way, that's the power of influence. If you can do a class and teach a 135 on the luxury and have influence in your market center, do you think that makes you a stronger listing agent? Yes, because you should be doing presentations just like you do the teach the class. Do you understand? So that's why you want to be on LC. My business turned after my dad died, right? And I had a team leader come in. He says, I'll teach you how to build a team. My business, I was a $10 million guy all day long, but my business was down around 2 million after my dad died. I took a month or 2 off, and then I came back. I said, I want to build a team. And a great team leader says, I'll teach you how to do it. He was much younger than me. He was in his 20s. He was a Hall of Famer team leader, right? He had never built a team, but he taught me how to build a team. He says, I want you to be humble. I want you to get on the ALC, and I want you to serve and teach. Now I'm going to show you something really, really cool. Guess what this is? See this? Mark's probably seen it before. You see this? Guess what this is? That's a coffee stain. Guess what this is? These are my notes when my world changed and I started teaching in the market center in 2009. Okay. These were my notes. And I guess what I was teaching? Packed room. I was teaching energy and mindset. The team leader, actually, Sharon Gunther, just walked by. She's one of my mega agents here in my market center. She's the one that saved me because I was going to quit and go on my own and leave KW. And she says, no, you're not. You're going to learn how to grow a business and you're going to stay. So I owe a lot to her. She just walked across. They just cut back from feeding families here. They do it every Wednesday. She's leading from contribution. She's got 17 expansion locations across the country now. She was the team leader. I tell you guys this because it is so important to get out of your comfort zone and stretch a little bit and grow your consciousness every day, word for word, stretching, teaching, and leading into the luxury space. This has been a beautiful hour that we've had. Usually this is a 2 or 3 hour masterminding workshop. If you want me to come back, I will. If not, God bless, that's okay too. I've done all I could do today. And I sell in Palm Beach County, South Florida, and Georgia. So if we can ever help you in any way, I work out of the Peachtree Road Market Center in Atlanta, and I teach there, and I'm building a big team there. And I have my 2 market centers here, and I plan on expanding in Naples and Miami and everywhere we can expand as a group. So I'm more excited. I've been in the business 38 years. I am more excited right now about our business and where we're headed than I've ever been out of 38 years. Like literally, there's more opportunity. So I want to bless you guys with that. I hope you grab this excitement and run with it. If you need me, the best way to reach me is on text, right? That's the best way because I'm going pretty fast, right? Jason, you can more than free to give out my text and email. I don't do email real well. I do text.
Okay.
And social media. Please follow me on James A. Torrance on Instagram. I love that. I have fun with that. I like hats and cowboy boots and flowers, and I like to walk and exercise, and I do a little motivational on there. So please follow me today before you hang up, James A. Torrance, and just give me a follow on Instagram. If I can help you grow your business, please reach out. One thing though, I will challenge you. You may not like what I say, and I may be a little direct, but I challenge you, and I'm going to help you grow because I love you and I care about you, and I want you in this business in 25, 26, and 27. Any questions? Any questions for before we wrap up? Karen, did you have one? Anybody else have one? I know Ricky's gone.
No, I will text
Okay,
you.
blow
I
Ricky
always
out.
so appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You're awesome, Karen. Thank you. You call and
You're
text me.
awesome too.
Yeah, you're amazing. You're amazing. Karen came to us from Waterfront Properties here in Jupiter, and she's an awesome luxury agent. And we're here to help you guys, no matter what company you're with or whatever. I'll help you. If you're a guest on here. Any other questions or concerns or thoughts or comments? Has this been valuable today?
This was a fabulous call. Thank you
I
so
know
much,
it's different.
James.
Absolutely.
I know it's different. It's funny. Jason says, "Hey, do you have a PowerPoint?" I said, "Are you kidding me? I don't do PowerPoints." So
You bring energy.
PowerPoint, huh?
For an example of the energy you speak of, you started your presentation with all about energy, and I feel like there's a lot of energy emanating from you. And I think your success in large part must come from that. So that was very educational, I thought.
Well, thank you. I really, you're making me blush. You're making me blush. Thank you about that. But it's true because listen, it is a battle for mind space right now. It's a battle for confidence. They want, yeah, it's not all roses and you can't tell them, oh, it's going to be great. You know, if people say, well, the market's great, you can't tell them that because they're hearing so much other noise, right? So that's a whole nother class I do, but you got to honor their feelings. You got to come from compassion. You got to be a good listener and then lead them up. And so that they feel more comfortable and confident with you in the real estate to buy and sell. That's a whole nother class I'll do if you want. But that's the thing. We're educators, but you can't tell them they're crazy. It's going to be okay. That's a power struggle. We'll get into that later. If you have any questions, I'm here for you. And I really, really look forward to celebrating you and your success. Please come up to me at Family Reunion. That's the next piece, or the South Florida event, or anything in Atlanta. And I love seeing you guys today. You've made my day. And I just want to wish you all the best and all the success, and work hard and have fun. You're going to do great.
Thank you so much. This was wonderful. And we look forward to having you back again.
Thank you.
We're definitely going to take you up on that.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, the question always comes up. The call was recorded. In the chat, you can find the link to our YouTube channel where it is posted. If you're on our email list, you'll get a follow-up with that link. And probably the easiest place to follow us is on Facebook. We have a private group there, and we post information about upcoming events and links to resources and things like that. So I'll give you a second to look in the chat and check on those links. We meet every first Wednesday, so our next call is November 1st, and we look forward to seeing you guys there and around on our socials.
Hey, Ish. I saw one of my agents in the bottom waving to me. There's Ish. Jupiter.
Hi, Ish.
I can't see everybody on here, but I appreciate everybody. So thank you so much for being here. It's so much fun.
Thank you.
Right, God bless you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.